So when it comes to trading these C clamps, always identify, where it's at. If it's at underneath the cloud or above the cloud. There's two variations of them, but this one is a potential bullish one. Key June is our blue lines flat above, so we're looking at price to pull up. So this is just saying the market's out of equilibrium here. So what you're gonna do, mark your low point, and honestly, I could put it right here instead of at that fractal. But what you're gonna do, if you're gonna trade this, you want to wait for it to break these levels. Either break this level here, go higher, or break this level and go lower, or just let it range sideways until it decides to break out. The next thing you want to do, since this is where we are anticipating a bullish move, you want to go to the 15-minute time frame to confirm that. So let's go to the 15-minute chart, and you see here that the market's in an obvious range. The reason why you could tell the market's in an obvious range is because you see that it's inside the Chiku span is inside price here, and you see the market's just moving sideways. It's not really breaking lower or higher than these two levels. So let me go ahead and do this as well. I'm going to mark this. Actually, no, I'll just keep this the same. Hold on a second. I'm gonna just put S in R. So resistance, support. So prices ranging between those levels. All right. So how you're gonna want to get in on this? You wanna, if you're gonna trade this to the upside, you're gonna want to enter in somewhere here. And let's say if the market doesn't go past this point, you're gonna look for a bounce here. All right. But we don't see that. So more than likely, we're gonna look for a potential trade towards the bottom. All right. So I'm gonna let it play for a little bit and let's see if we can find an entry. So you see how the market's going down. So here, two things happen that you don't want to miss out, and see how it did go too much lower, because you don't know where the market's going to go all the time. It's gonna either come halfway down, all the way down. You don't know exactly where. And I was actually talking to y'all about that recently. So here in this situation, let's rewind about right there. So I want to y'all to point. I want to point out two things that I want y'all to understand how important these fractals are, fractal levels. All right. So we noticed that the market did go lower than this, correct? And you see here, and I always tell y'all, watch this white line, the Chiku span. It might not be white on y'all screen, but on mine it's white. Some of y'all have it green, some of y'all have it red. I don't know y'all's colors. I don't know what y'all use. But in this case, mine's white. So you want to pay attention to the Chiku span for this one. Notice how Chiku span is creeping above price in here. All right. So let's look at the RCI and everything. Notice how the RCI is bullish, which is saying that it's confirming based off the hour time frame the pullback of the C clamp. All right. So notice how this is aiming up. The ultimate oscillator is still underneath the 50 level, but that's fine. Since this is a C clamp, we're not trading with the RCI in the ultimate oscillator. It just helps to identify what's going on. But in this case, what you're going to do, you'll want to trade the fractal. All right. And you're going to want to wait for that fractal, for price to break that fractal level and close above it. So this will be your entry. All right. So right there's your entry. Another reason why this will be your entry, you had a price action right here. Can you identify anybody? Can anybody identify what price action this is right here? Anyone want to take a shot at it?
Is it a double, what you call a double bottom?
Right in here?
Yeah.
Yes, you could call this a double bottom. If you go to a lower time frame, mainly probably the 1 hour, the 1 minute time frame, this will be a double bottom here. And the reason why this is a double bottom is because these two candles are even. Well, they're pretty much even. All right. Now, when this candle closes, you could put your buy stop right here at this level and let the market trigger you in. And then you'll have your stop loss at this level, right underneath that candle. Okay. So there's two. That's the one way you could play this. So when we play the market, and you may want to actually have it a little bit lower just to be safe. It's about right in here.
Sorry, could you go over what you said about fractal?
The fractal?
Yeah, you mentioned about it needs to break the fractal.
Yeah, it hasn't broken the fractal yet, and that's what I'm about to explain now.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Okay, so here I always say that the market is always fractal based.
Right.
And since the market is fractal based, when you see a market break a fractal, that's usually where you want to take your trade at. So this is a bullish fractal. This one's a bearish fractal. So if anything pointing up is bullish. Now you could reverse it, but anything on top of a candle is considered a bullish fractal. So when you're breaking fractals, those are potential entries. So these, like I said, if you want these, every single green space that I show you, or I'll actually, you know what, just to be fat quicker, I'll circle them. Every single spot that I circle is a potential area that you could put a trade opportunity in. All right. So if you see the market breaking these fractals, these are potential buying areas that you. So if you were to put a line here, you could put your buy stop there and take it. But this is how you're supposed to trade fractals. You're supposed to trade the closest one to the price, which is this one. You don't want to trade way up here. That's a long time to be waiting for a trade, and you could be missing out a profit. And even if it does reach up to here, at that point, most likely what's going to happen here, it could potentially bounce back down to the downside. So that's why you don't want to wait. You want to take the closest one. So you will put your buy stop here and let it play out. So we play it. So you're triggered in on the second candle, in profit in on the third candle. And here you hit your resistance level. So at this point, I want to see what y'all would do here. All right. Just looking at the chart, what would y'all do at this point? Would y'all take profit here, or would you let the trade go? And I want to see why, and I want to hear y'all's perspective, why y'all would take profit, why y'all would close or whatnot, because it is a support area and it is that level that we have to break to go higher. But I want to hear y'all's perspective. Would you continue to hold after the entry, or would you take your profit up here?
Hey, I'm stuck in traffic, so I'm gonna answer real quick. I'm gonna let it ride. You want me to tell you why, or you want me to just let everybody else? Okay.
Yeah, go ahead. Tell me why.
Chiku is above price. You got the what you call the Harley Quinn move.
The Harley Quinn move. You're right.
Yeah. You got the Harley Quinn Joker move, and you just had an engulfing. Well, I don't know if it's engulfing, but it looks like it's a tweezer bottom, and then on top of that you had two powerful candlestick. One the one powerful candlestick, then you had a small candle, then you had that powerful candlestick that that made that solid move. So I mean everything is saying and Chico's above price.
Right.
So you know, with all that being said, I'm not getting out because and what's called just about to cross do a TK cross.
Right. Okay. Look at Bird. Bird's gonna teach class tomorrow.
Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you the cloud is curving too, so the cloud is about to change over.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
I want to be a mentoring partner, Bert.
So I have one question though.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I'm conservative and just I cannot take the drawdown. So, but I probably would consider taking some profits at that point. But the volume is pretty low. What would you say about volume? Do we need to be looking at volume here?
Well, for this case, I don't look at volume. Like even without, like, say if you took this off, because I don't usually use this unless I'm trying to find something big or trying to see if people are entering the market. That's the only reason why I'll use this. But when it comes to like actual currencies, volume, when the volume's low like that, usually that's a sign that the market's going to start ramping up pretty soon. Like, okay. Notice here, if you look back at the volume meter, you see here how it was low, 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 and then volume increased. Then
You're right.
Yeah. So whenever you see volume is really that low, be paying attention to the market even more, because that's
Right.
indicating
Right,
that
right.
people are gonna start looking to get in
Okay.
like secretly.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
That's when the
Okay.
big time traders be like, "Oh, no one's in. Let's pump it real quick." And then when we pump it, we're gonna dump it on them, and they're gonna look stupid. Yeah,
Right.
that's exactly what this low volume means. And I want to tell
I
you,
like that explanation.
no, the reason why I know, because I was gonna be one of those people that did that. I was gonna actually be one of the traders at Chase Bank, and they were showing us secrets. I said, "Ooh." So yeah, that's just a secret to let y'all know what big money thinks. They like, "Oh, all right, I'm about to dump it on y'all real quick."
Yeah.
That's why I said don't let me become a millionaire. But I'm gonna become one anyway, so it is all good. But when you see that type of stuff in the market, that's a sign that the market is that they are looking to do a strong pump or dump on people. You just got to
Okay.
be aware of what's gonna happen, and sometimes you really just don't know what's gonna happen until it happens.
Okay.
But
But I want to say that I've been seeing a lot of I don't know if it's just, I don't know what it is, but I'm seeing a lot of the C-clamp setups.
oh yes,
And I saw it in gold last night on the Euro gold and the US gold on the 1 hour. So I think it's ironic that you're going through it, especially with the 1 hour. I did take a little bit of profit on the 1 hour based on the C clamp. But I didn't go down to the 15 minutes. So, but yeah, well, this is great. Now I know I should have went down to the 15-minute, probably to catch a better entry.
Oh yeah, that's always when you're trading C clamps, you always want to go a time frame lower.
Yeah.
Because that's where you'll find your better entry. You just want to make sure it's confirmed on the smaller time frame that's going to be in the direction that you want. Because a C clamp could turn bearish. Don't get me wrong. There has been some times that has happened. Like actually, there's one right in here on the 15-minute time frame that happened. You see here how there's a C clamp here, and you see try to pull up, but look what happened. Okay. The market got back into equilibrium and just went sideways.
Okay.
And it's because on the bigger time frame is dictating the pace of everything.
Right.
So the thing with the smaller time frame, it's just, it's building up to the bigger time frame. So if there's a bigger C clamp on the higher time frame, more than likely it's gonna range on the smaller time frame.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So if you see a C clamp on the daily and then you see one on the 4 hour, more than likely it's going to range on the 4 hour, and then on the daily it's going to make its move. And I'll show you an example of that, because there was one on XRP, I believe, and that's how I caught that move. And that's why I immediately told y'all to get a look at XRP to buy it. And some of y'all did. I don't know if everybody did, but that was as clean as a C clamp gets, honestly.
Okay.
That was the cleanest C clamp I've ever traded on XRP.
Wow, nice.
And XRP is a monster. But but coming back to what I was asking you guys, yes, this is where you will get your entry. Now, since your entry's up here, your stop loss is down here, so you don't really have to worry too much about it coming back down, but you could take your profit here. Bert had a great explanation. Everything was spot on. Have a bullish TK cross, which is the Harley Quinn and Joker thing he was talking about, which is funny. he remembered it. The Chiku span breaking above price and is above price. The cloud is starting to roll over. The last thing is just breaking through here, and we're good. So at that point, you just hold the trade to see what happens. And you can't be fearful of what the market's going to do. Once you're in the trade, you're in it. All right. So now that we're in it, we're going to let it ride and see what happens. We see that it broke. Now we have something positive happen. We have a what here?
Bullish.
Yeah. What's that?
Kumo twist.
Yes. Perfect. So we have a bullish Kumo twist. Prices bouncing off the Tenkan and the Kijisen. So we should be looking to go higher. You know, you may get a little iffy here because Chico span is kind of creeping right there. But remember, we're going based off the higher time frame, and we broke this high right here. So we're looking to go higher anyway. So let's go play it. And you see how scary that was? You see that? It never hit your stop loss though, but it's still going up higher. And remember what I told you guys about the V shape of the Chico span? How when you see a V shape Chico span, that's usually an indication that market's moving up higher.
Reversal.
Yeah. And then you see that reversal was a bullish engulfing candle. So this was the Chico span formation right here. Boom. So that's where we're looking for price to start moving higher at this point. And this was another indication that you could buy in here. So let's go ahead and play it. Oh, see that? That's manipulation. They got you out right there. And then they took off.
That's just like a little while ago when XRP got manipulated, it shot down and shot back up.
Exactly. So, and you see how bad that sucks, because that would have been a stop loss where I would have put it, and I got kicked out right on the stop loss. Then it would have taken off. I'm telling you guys, that's how big money trades. They do this stuff all the time to people. So
hey, I'm about to get offline, bro. I got an appointment I gotta get into.
Okay, you take care, man. I hope you all is well, man.
Yeah, we'll talk.
All right, sounds good.
All right. God bless.
God bless. Love you, bro.
All right, love you too.
And so here, you see how they stopped us out, then they took off. That's how the market plans, y'all. That's how it plans. But it's still a good trade because we know the direction of the market. We knew the direction of the market the whole time. So at this point, we just needed to adjust our stop loss probably even lower. It's probably smart thing would have probably put it down here at the low underneath the support level anyway, or right on the support level. But right underneath it would have been better. And then we got triggered in. So had we got in at that point, let me see, how much profit would we had made there? So from our entry to where it's currently at would have been 1,500 points. Here at this point would have been 2,363 points. So that's still a big win. And crazy thing, the market's still going up right now as we speak. So if I play this, let me speed this up. We got a key June bounce right there. And this was a bearish C clamp right here, but we see that end up going higher. So this is where the market is currently sitting right now. So if we had got in there, and I'm so sad I didn't get this in time. Wow. 4,003 pips. So this could have literally been, wow, that's a lot. If you literally got in this market at that price, way down in here, up until here, yeah, you would have been set for a month. You would have at least made your monthly check right there. All right. So any questions so far with this C clamp? And I'll show you the other one on XRP right now based off the daily chart. Any questions so far? Okay, no questions. So this is still the C clamp on the daily chart that I was telling you guys about. This was the setup, and it played out really nicely. So going down to the 4-hour time frame, see how I boxed this market in. Coming down to the 4-hour, you see the market here, how it's boxed up already. You want to make sure it's in confluence with all your information that you have on the daily time frame. So Miss Jacqueline, since you are, you're more advanced than everybody right now currently on. I want to ask.
That doesn't help.
I want to ask you. Well, you just gotta take your time and just just watch every detail. So looking here, looking at Chiku Span, looking at the Kumo, and actually let's rewind it so we could go back to where we would have start looking for the buy. So here, would you start looking for the buy here or no?
No.
Why?
Well, it looks like it's ranging. Chico Span. Where's Chico Span?
Let me zoom in for you.
Yeah.
Just to let you know you're not wrong.
Okay.
But yes,
There's to me there's no really indication. It just of whether it's there's no confirmation yet.
right.
Right.
And I'm gonna show you the main reason why you don't want to take it yet, because right here is saying, nope, Chico
Right.
underneath price, so that's a little fishy. So and you see that's even though this you have this big old thick cloud here, this is suggesting that the market is still bearish, right?
Right.
So, but you do have this little baby twist here. And so that's like conflicting with what you're seeing, but Chiku Span's gonna keep you out from getting in the trade, and this is bearish. This is pointing down, but this is a bullish move here. So, and then you got two bearish confirmations, the cloud and Chiku Span. So this is over.
That's right.
So we wouldn't take nothing here yet. Now we do see the market is in a range, right? So we're not gonna. We still don't want to do nothing here. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna wait to see if Chiku Span gets above
price.
Yeah, exactly. Because remember what I said. One thing that the Chiku Span is going to do is going to make a or a V. So if it makes a V, A, we know it's coming down. If we know it makes a V, more likely it's going to go up. But for this case right here, we want to just see if it's going to cross over like this. All right. So what we're going to do, we're going to play a little bit, make it a little bit slower so I could catch it. Well, that happened way too quick. Way too quick. But yes, you would have started looking for that opportunity around in here.
Right.
So right about here is where you would have wanted to take it. So if we go back a little bit about right here, one thing that we noticed, and this is why I also say it's important to read candles. I want y'all to really pay attention to how they got people in this market right in here. What y'all see in there? Or Miss Jacqueline, what do you see at least?
Well, you see an inverse hammer, doji, a spinning. Is that a spinning top?
Yep.
Or a lot of right. So it looks like it might revert, like it might move to the downside.
I'm gonna say downside.
Well,
I would say this is more likely to
indecision.
Yeah, indecision. And now here's where you have to have observation skills, because this is why chart reading gets difficult sometimes, because we miss certain things. All right, so you see this giant wick here, right? That giant. This is saying that the market wants to push lower, and it did.
Right. Yep.
And then, but here's the other thing: by observation skills, we noticed that the market also made wicks on the bottom end too, here. So this is suggesting that the bulls still want to have some fight here to push market higher. This was the last push, and then we had indecision. All right. So really, our entry could have been, if we, depending on what I would say, about right here or here. One of these two areas is where you could have entered the market. All right. So when let's say we put our entry here, honestly, I would probably put it right there, just because that was the last high based off this one. But say if we put our entry right there, which was at 23 cents and 300, if we had put the entry there, we would have definitely got triggered in on that last move. So once you play it, yeah, you got triggered in, and you
How would you know to put your entry at 23 cents just by looking at it? Didn't you just say it'd be like indecision? So people be, well, I can see like the Kuju span right here. If you rewind back a little bit, it was like in a V shape that you was talking about.
right in here.
If you move back, yeah, right. Well, I don't know. Yeah, right in there. That's basically where I was seeing it.
Okay, so the reason why you would enter in here, first of all, we have a fractal. Remember that fractal was made here, right on this candle, this fractal form. The other thing is, even though we know that the market here, the Chico span is still underneath here, what we're anticipating at this point is looking at the fractal breakout, and actually the fractal is actually right up here. Actually, let me zoom in. Yeah, the fractal's up here. Dang, that's fractal levels high. But anyway, the reason why we're looking at that is because that's the high of at that point. That's the fractal high that I'm referring to. Remember, I always say wait or watch the market to break these levels, these fractals. So the next candle after this triggered in this candle here, triggered in based off this fractal here. That's how you would know. And you at that point, you're just gonna have to, I wouldn't say guess. You could also come down to the hour time frame to confirm some stuff as well. Because if you look here on the hour time frame, notice how the market is indecision, moving sideways as well. It's not really going up or down. It's just flat moving sideways. And then notice here what the cloud is doing here. Chico span is still bearish, but overall, we got more bullish signs than bearish ones. And remember, we're going based off the daily time frame at the end of the day. So coming back to that point, let's go back to the 4 hour. We're just gonna sit and wait, let it trigger us in. And we got triggered in. And here's the crazy part. Because even if we miss this entry here, that's fine. We still are above. Now Chico span is above price. So that's already bullish. That's one bullish sign. So I'm gonna mark off the bullish indications. Bullish and bullish. So this 4 hour chart is overall bullish until Chico span gets back underneath here, then it's bearish. But this remained bullish. Even despite this bearish rejection here, it was still bullish. And then we have this indecision doji that's, still in the cloud, but it's still overall bullish because based off the Chico span. You just got to trust what the system tells you. All right. Now, if you don't trust this, that's fine. Come back down to the 1 hour time frame, mark your levels, and catch a move off the smaller time frame. This was that giant rejection. This is the way you should have entered in based off the hour time frame right in here. And you would have got triggered in here. You're still in profit. And if we played it, you're still good. Would have got scared right here, but you're still good at that point. It's all a matter of being patient, waiting for the move. And if you were trading this specifically, most likely your entry should be at this fractal level. I always tell y'all wait for the fractals to form. So scratch that other one. This would have been your entry here. I'm trying to get y'all better to the point where you're not fearful of what you're seeing and you're more patient. Wait for the market to show you these fractals. That's going to be your entries into the market. And even if you had entered in here, that's 687 pips. Actually that's actually more. That's 6,000. So that's actually a really good trade. And then you made 26.82% from that point. Had you got in on the original entry at this point, right in here, you would have made 37%. and we know the market hit 36 cents today, so you would have made let's see, 54%. So that's really good right there. So, and actually it went up to 37 if I'm not mistaken, but point is you could get the same result anyway from that trade setup.
So
Go ahead.
yeah, so I just want to clarify your train of thinking because I'm trying to get in your brain right now. So your bias was based on the C clamp, the
Mhm.
bullish C clamp on the daily.
Right.
Okay, so that's where you formed your basis,
Mhm.
and then you had boxed that up. Could you go to to that chart?
The
And
4
then
hour or
you,
the daily?
the daily, because that's where you began your analysis, right? And
Right.
then you marked. So and then what did you mark there? You marked.
I boxed it.
Okay, so you boxed that in there. Okay,
And this was basically boxing it in on the 4 hour,
and
honestly.
then you boxed it in on the 4 hour. Okay, and then you went to the 1 hour.
Yeah, the 1 hour
Was for your
I-
support to mark
Ri-
out your entry.
right. And okay, so here's what I'm saying. Now, based off the hour time frame, I only went to the hour just to make a point. I wouldn't go too far for a C
Okay.
clamp.
Okay.
For C clamps, you usually want to just stick with 2 time frames. Going any lower is kind of redundant at that point, but you can do it.
Mm-hmm.
But if you have the patience for it, go ahead. But I don't like using more than 3 time frames. Sometimes I will just to make sure, because there are some that are trickier than others. But for this instance, I would use just 2 time frames.
Okay. So you use the 4 hour to get into the trade.
Yes. If you look at the trade setup, hold on a
Right.
second. Let me
Yeah.
actually pull it up real quick so y'all can
Yeah.
see it.
No, I did see it. I just don't remember what.
Okay, because I only put 2 time frames. If I put the hour time frame, then I'll be surprised.
Okay.
But for this one, I usually like to stick with just 2 charts. If I
Okay.
put 3 charts, then I'm usually saying really pay attention to the last 2 time frames just to make sure, because the last 2 time, like so let's say if this end up going bearish, right? That would mean something on the 1 hour time frame happened that changed the whole map of the daily buyers, and more than likely that would mean that it broke the support. It never did. So
Right.
that's why you have to box the market in sometimes and it's actually safer boxing in the market. You get better quality trades that way.
Right.
And if you're trading fractals, then you're finding even better trades and you're good. Like this move alone, literally, like if I don't know if y'all looked at the testimony that I put up in there today.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, I literally had started this account like just the other day. And I was telling Brett, if he's still on here, I was telling Brett that you
I'm here.
find just one good trade, you could make your whole weekly salary. And taking $100 account to 1,001 trade in literally actually less than 24 hours, that's pretty crazy.
That is crazy. And then what was your lot size?
I just used 50 cents.
Okay.
Yeah, if I used like a mini lot size, I would have made way more, but I said no, not for this. XRP is too risky.
I know. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so
And what was your psychology? I mean, did you watch it? Did you just kind
No, I
of
went to
set and
sleep.
forget it?
No, I went to sleep. This was literally last night.
Sometimes the best thing to do.
Yeah, I gave the trade setup and I went to sleep. And I think before, because I don't know what because I had to scroll back because a lot of people were chatting last night. I was telling everybody like this would be a good time to buy XRP. And I don't know who listened, but whoever listened, y'all sure did make some profit.
I took a little bit, but I wasn't a high roller. I did take a little bit. I was up late last night watching it, but the psychology started to get to me and I got out.
Yeah, XRP psychology is ridiculous. So notice here how I marked this high at 29 cents, right? Now I wanted to take y'all into, because I said this before. I said this earlier today. Be careful for a pullback. And I was actually supposed to get in on that pullback, but I got a phone call and I missed it. I was so sad. But I'll actually show y'all right now what happened. So here's what happened. And here's why I said there's going to be a pullback. When this candle closed here, I said, that's not good. Now, I know Jay just entered on here, so I don't know if I could pick on Jay yet because of his mouth. But Miss Jacqueline, I'm gonna pick on you. What is this candle formation right here? Like,
Is that the,
if
would
we
that be
take
a
off the
tweezer top?
cloud, yeah, it's a tweezer top. So this was telling me that the market was gonna come down short, and you see it did. And this is where I was gonna look for to get re-enter into the market, and I missed that. I was so sad, y'all. Y'all don't know how sad I was missing that, because had I got in there, it was a Kijun and a Tinkinson bounce. And also it bounced off the bullish fractal anyway. So this is a solid level of support right now. So once this current 4-hour candle closes, hopefully it doesn't close like that. Hopefully, honestly, I hope it comes back down again so I could get in here again. At least try to. But I don't think that's gonna be the case. But it looks like we're about to have our next push to the upside. So this may end up being an N wave to the upside. And if this is an N wave, you guys, this is going to be some major profits. That's why I'm waiting for this. I honestly should be looking at this on the hour time frame. But anyway, if this is going to be the next bullish move.
I was going to ask, when you look at something like this on a 4-hour time frame, wouldn't you want to go down to a lower time frame so you can know when the best time to, I guess you would say, enter the right one? Because I don't know. You looking at the 4-hour right now, all right, look good.
Well, see, here's the thing about that. It comes down to the experience, because most of the time the market moves the same. And when you see the certain patterns, just like if you notice, most traders on Twitter trade only certain setups. Like, I don't pay attention to everybody's style, but looking at like Mr. Level Up, I don't know if you watch his stuff. He looks for fractals in the gooseneck, whatever the heck that is. I don't know what that is, but it works for him. Me, I look for like Kumo bounces, Kijun bounces, C clamps, and stuff like that in N waves. So everybody has their own style of, their go-tos because they work. Now, if you're not trading your go-to, then most likely you're gonna lose a lot because you don't have no foundation. You just trade what you see, and there's no bias behind it. It's just feelings, and you can't trade with feelings in this market. we all know this. Feelings do not matter. But yes, you can't trade this on the 1 hour. Honestly, you should, unless you're trading based off the daily and you're just trading just the breakout at this level, because at this point, what the market's doing is just ranging in here. And you see Chiku Span's not free yet, so that's also a red flag anyway. And another red flag is making a V shape. I mean an A shape. So that's still a red flag there. So what we could expect, market could range like this until Chiku Span's free. So more than likely what could happen here, come down one more time. Then by that time, Chiku Span should be about right here, lining up with it, and they'll make a V shape pointing up, which will make that N wave here. So it's like I said, this is going to come down to experience and also really sticking and knowing the system. That's why this is the problem with most people that trade anyway, especially when it comes to first time chart traders. When you look at the charts, your mind's gonna always flip because you're learning all these different methods. You want to learn Bollinger Bands, you want to learn fractals, you want to learn Ichimoku, you want to learn price action, you want to learn all these different things. It's cool to know all these things, but how beneficial is it for you if you don't know how to apply them? You could know like 1,000 techniques, but really not be a master of the technique. It's just like practicing a jab 1,000 times a day, and let's say that's like your go-to move, and you have like, and then versus somebody that has like he knows of like 10 variations of the jab, but he's not really good at doing the jab. You see what I mean? It's a strong jab versus somebody that knows how to jab with like 10 different styles of a jab. It's not really effective. So that's why I say if you're going to learn something, really master that thing and then take it to the next level, if that makes any sense. But looking here, if we're going to trade on the hour, which is probably a good idea anyway. Oh, actually, this is a fantastic idea. There's a potential Kijun bounce here. Actually, let me take this off. This is now in the way. Oh yeah, this is actually probably a good setup right now to look for a trade. So first of all, what you would want to do here is wait for, actually, I'll probably even wouldn't wait here. I probably just put a buy stop right at this point and let the market trigger in, because everything is pointing bullish here anyway. The cloud is bullish. We had a bullish bounce off the Kijun, and Miss Jacqueline or anybody, if y'all want to answer this, what candle is that off this one right here? What is this candle?
Is that a hammer?
Yes, ma'am. It's a hammer. It's not like a pretty hammer, but it's a hammer.
Right. Yeah.
So this is telling us to buy here, stop loss down here, entry right above the high of that candle. Hopefully it does something like this, triggers you in for another buy. But that's how you gotta trade your setups. And here's what I'm talking about. Like here, price action right here, hammer right there. There's a hammer right there, boom, triggered in the market. Here's another hammer, could be triggered into the market. So if you were trading back here, this would have been your entry at that point. And then you could have taken profit here, which is still a great amount of profit, 21%. Geez. That's still a good amount of profit there. This could be our next hammer.
That hammer,
huh?
It went up. That hammer with the wick on top, it went up to like 33.5 cents. So basically, what you're saying, if it goes up to 33.5 cents again, that would be a good signal to buy more.
Right. Because more likely, this is when you start drawing your trend lines now, because this could still hold like that, and you see it's trying to push up here. If it holds here, then this is going to be a nice move to the upside. And not just that, there's N waves in here anyway. There's an N wave here. This could take us back to 41 right now or higher. So wow, this is actually a good setup right now. So I might actually call this for the group. I want to actually confirm it on the 15 though, since this is the hour time frame. Now, the only reason why I wouldn't take this just yet is actually, you know what? I still would, because that's a fractal level right there. So yeah, that fractal level is where I would enter. So if y'all want to, y'all could enter in right in here and make sure this Chiku span gets above the prices. That's why I'm a little hesitant, but if it does,
that's what I was gonna say, because look at the cloud.
It should get above, but you don't want to jump the gun, because okay, so I'm like, this is what I was saying in my video. If y'all watched the video that I posted on YouTube today, I knew this was gonna come down, and it came down exactly where I thought it would, and it broke underneath a little bit, but then it bounced back up immediately. So here I see that the price is trying to sneak through here, which is good. Now, if I'm going based off the RCI, I probably might be a little bit hesitant, but I noticed on the RCI, that it's still overall bullish based off the green one. This could be the current market just coming down slightly. Ultimate oscillator's pretty solid, so I would still lean towards a buy here. And if you look here, it's definitely still strong buy. 4 hours still a strong buy. You still have to go based off the higher time frame. So me, I will go off the higher time frames and look for a buy opportunity. But for this situation, since we're going using the hour time frame to trade, you could trade it just like this right here, or come to the 15. This is your entry still. Or you could just wait and be patient for Chiku Span to cross above and be, just wait. So you got options. So having options is good when it comes to trading. It's just you put the probability in your favor to win more consistently. So
Where do you see that going if it gets past that 33.5 cent point?
that 33.5 cent point is where you want to put your entry point at. It's a little higher than 33.5, like 33,600.
Yeah.
But that's still an area that you would look for the price to start moving to.
Do I understand correct that you are projecting approximately 41 cents then if it goes above there?
Yes.
Okay.
So 41 is where I would look for price going. And if we're going based off the higher time frame, I'm saying probably 50 cents. 50 cents will be max. Maybe it's pushing it, but that's fine. I would expect it to get there anyway, because once Chiku Span is free, this thing's got to start moving. Oh man, this thing's got to start moving. Like, okay, y'all don't understand how good this setup is. And I'm actually going to take everything off for a second and just have Ichimoku on here. So if you see Ichimoku set up like this, where the cloud is pretty thin like that, and you see the market is like this coming out of the price, coming out of the Kumo, and you see all this free space, you see all that free space right here, and you see Chiku Span about to break free, this is usually a good indication of a strong bull run. And I'll give you a strong example of that. Like Bitcoin is Bitcoin actually hit my last target of 40 cents. Oh, 40, I said 40 cents, 40,000. Yeah, it hit 40,000 and got rejected. That's crazy. But anyway, y'all see how Bitcoin did here? And this is why y'all have to understand how important it is to understand each component. Y'all see how Chiku Span broke here on Ichimoku, and you see how its price is above the cloud. Y'all see how thin this cloud is? The thinner the cloud is, usually the stronger the run if it's in a uptrend. And the further away Chiku Span is away from price, that's a strong indication of a strong run as well. So when you see this type of thing, this is a strong run right here. And Bitcoin had a really strong run, really, really strong run. So at this point, it's just going to come down to whether you are going to be able to identify that. And that's what XRP is doing currently on the 4-hour time frame. It's about to have a strong run here. So
you're waiting for that Chico Span to break the cloud?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm waiting for, which will be right about here, right about 35 cents, where we'll be breaking the cloud, around this area. But once that happens, I'll be in it, and I'm gonna let y'all know, because I always let y'all know. Let's see. And that, but currently right now, XRP is looking pretty solid too to go. Going back to that Bitcoin, yeah, see, Bitcoin that hit that last target. I'm telling y'all, almost precision here. I'm telling you, the better you understand Ichimoku, the more precise your trades are gonna be. And I'm gonna be taking my classes with Chaos Trader himself starting tomorrow. So y'all gonna see a new trader. If y'all think I'm good now, I'll be even better when I'm done with his courses and his classes. And his classes are hard too.
So how do you project your take profit again?
And I don't remember who asked me this last time. I'm pretty sure it was you, Brett. You or Paul asked me. I'm not sure, but projecting like actual targets. I was saying the last time you don't really. There's no real answer to that, and I'll explain why here. Just like how you see this situation. So I was saying last time I had seen this, I had put in a buy, around what area was it? I think it was around here. I had put in a buy and I was solid. But weird stuff happens in this financial space, and then the market crashed down, right? Even though I knew it was going to be a long-term buy, I entered too early. That's failure on my part. Uh, when it comes, like, say if I took a short here, I wouldn't know exactly where it's gonna go. You have an idea, but you won't have a precise number. And the reason why traders use even numbers, like you see 35K flat, 35K flat, those are psychological numbers where people, okay, like say, okay, that's where I'll look to, start taking my profit. It could still extend higher than that, like it did here. And then you see once it got to that 35K region, it started dipping underneath. And then later it decided to go up higher. You see, once it got to 40K, it went up a little bit higher, then it immediately shot down. And now it's coming back up to 40K. Now, this is what I'm saying. When it comes to like exact numbers, you're not going to get the exact number. You want to get close to that number as possible. So when you're using like, let's say like I'm using the N wave, right? Let me see if I can find one. Yeah, so there's an N wave right here. So if I'm using my N wave strategy, like how to get in on an N wave, let's say I entered in right in here and I'm looking to take profit up here. So based off the N wave structure, I would have hit my targets already. You see that? Now, here's the thing. It still went higher and then it fell short. And it's still saying we still have room to move up higher on Bitcoin. It's saying that our next targets for Bitcoin is 43K. And our next target after 43, before 43K is 41. Actually, let's see. About 41 right here. So you're not going to always hit it precisely. You might fall short. And the reason why I'm saying this, like, say if this was where I was looking to take profit, right? And say I entered for a short right here. It hit target 1, but it never hit the last target. You see that? It fell short. Like, how many points would that be? It fell short like about 353 points right there that it fell short. So you're never going to know the exact number. Anybody that has the exact number all the time, exact numbers aren't always bulletproof. You could get close, but they're never going to be bulletproof. Look, we just got triggered in. I'm actually about to put in a buy right now. So if y'all want to put in a buy on XRP, you're more than welcome to. I'm going to do it just because I'm confident in this one. Let's go with.
You're more than welcome to.
Hey.
I thought you said 35.5 cents, or was it 33.5 cents?
No, this was based off the 15-minute time frame. Remember that fractal break?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm basing this one off of. Ooh, they better put my trade in. Okay, good. Oh, I'm about to say this broker's being shady. All right, so I just put in the trade, and let's see what happens. I think it's going to go back up here and go higher. We'll see. I feel that this will go higher. But the reason why, Brett, that this would be the entry based off the 1 hour, and this is what I tell you guys, it depends on what time frame you trade. If you're trading the hour time frame, yes, this is where you're going to look for your entry, and that's based off the Kijun-sen bounce. All right. The Kijun-sen bounce is what we're going based off of. Then you're going to look for your entry based off the 15-minute time frame. And remember, I told you trade the fractal breakout. And this was the fractal break. You see the Chiku span's about to crack through price right here. So that's looking bullish. And also volume is low, which is also indicating that price is looking to go higher. Another thing, we're about to get a bullish TK cross, and then also here we're about to get a Kumo twist. So I'll circle everything Y. So those are
So
the
you just
areas.
circled this fractal right here on the fit. This is the 15?
Yeah, this is the 15.
On the 15. Okay, so you putting in a boss limit because you wanted to go through the fractal, correct?
Buy stop.
I mean the boss stop.
Yeah.
Because
So that's where I
Okay.
would look for the entry.
okay, I think that's why we messing with the boss stop. Because I be trying to see what the lowest is gonna drop and then hop in like at the lowest point.
Guess what, y'all? I'm already in profit. Hey,
Yeah, I can see. I
I'll
can see it going up right now.
yeah, I'm in profit already. It's up $30 right now. But yeah, y'all, you gotta be patient. Let the market speak to you first, and then let it, do its thing. If you just jump because you want to jump, nah, that ain't it. You gonna take some L's.
No, that ain't it.
But
It's crossing right now. The cloud about to get a nice little bullish cloud.
yeah, we're waiting for this, and we're waiting for this. And Chiku Span's getting above. Yep, we should be good. The only thing is, I'll say this: I did the you got to take chances when it comes to this game, and most people, they want to wait for that candle to close, but since we're putting a buy stop here, you got to take that chance. And it still has 6 minutes and 30 seconds for this candle to close, which anything could literally happen, but I'm taking the chance.
Question: do you put stop losses on your trades or no?
I did today.
Where's your stop loss?
Oh man, today I did, because I would have lost a lot. Miss Jacqueline, what did you say?
Sorry, where did you place your stop loss?
Oh, for this one, I haven't put one yet. I'm trying to figure out
Okay.
where I
You
want
talking
it.
about the last trade?
Yeah, for the last trade, yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay.
For this one, I haven't put one yet. I'm trying to figure out where I want it because I know how this market gets. So I'm watching. And then we still got 5 minutes really for this candle. So anything, like, I hope it actually jumps to 35 on this candle. Then I won't have to worry too much. But if I'm gonna put a stop loss on this one,
Because you don't want it. Because like that other example you did earlier. Basically, remember it was like it hit your stop loss and it really wicked you out and then jumped
exactly,
right in.
and then it jumped right up. Like as soon as it knocked it out, it jumped right up. So, and here's the thing: stop losses is based off the person. I don't like using stop losses too much because of that, like what I showed y'all today. But this is where I would put my stop loss because I like to keep it tight. I don't want to take a heavy loss. And because I use big lot sizes anyway, I don't want to take a heavy loss. So the bigger the lot size, yeah, you're going to want it tight. The smaller the lot size, you might want to, keep it down lower. Like if you're using a micro lot size, yeah, you can put it down here. But if you're using like a standard, no, you want to keep it like right up here and hope that it goes your way. But stop losses are subjective. It's based off the person and what you're risking. And some people argue don't use stop losses. Some people say use stop losses. Yeah, there's so many rules to stop losses. For me, stop losses, I don't like to use them unless I'm going to sleep. I'll use it, but I don't use them too often. But hopefully this closes above, then that's a solid trade setup. And I will expect this to hit like 40 cents by tomorrow if it continues this momentum. But we need to stay up. We need to get above here though. So we'll see what happens here. We shall see. And this might actually be the next leg up. So this actually might be, coming up to here or so. So we'll see. Because this hour candle still has 48 minutes. So we shall see. This is going to be a nice move here for this market. Now, any questions so
Make
far?
a nice V shape.
Shoot, heck yeah. You have a V shape right here. But any questions so far, you guys? Because I hope I really nailed and covered a lot for you guys, and because I know that y'all are starting to get it. It's just coming down to applying it
Yeah,
is the thing. Uh oh,
I think that's one thing too.
The bearable bull sent me a message. Hey, I wonder what
Yeah,
he.
he knows about to go crazy.
Yeah, he probably do. But yeah, we've been keeping. I said because we might actually meet up, me and him, and I actually want to
Bearable,
see
yeah,
what he
he's
looks
cool.
like because I don't know what he looks like.
Nobody knows.
So I said, okay, I hope I'm the first one to meet him or something. Shoot, that'd be kind of
I
cool.
was about to say, he sound pretty cool.
He does sound cool, and I'm pretty sure he don't want his pictures up. So I know we won't, take pictures,
Take
but
pictures.
but I did say it when he comes to Dallas. I told him that tacos is on me.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'll be treating him to tacos when he comes down here.
I just see that this is looking like a nice trade, but like I'm trying to figure out, is it going to hit a fracture again and then maybe pull back down, or you feel like it's going to just go through the last fracture and just keep going up?
I think it's just gonna keep going. Two other reasons why that I'm looking like that. I like that is because look at all these wicks here. Strong rejection.
Right.
I don't see this coming back down. If it does, it does. But at the same time, I always say you never know what the market's gonna do. You really don't. You just have to take that chance. That's what trading is. It's taking a high probability chance. And so the chances are in our favor. It's just seeing it come through. That's the thing that at this point. So we're
So
gonna.
because when you personally trade, that's how I asked you earlier. I was like, yo, you only traded with $150. What a 0.0? I think you did 0.05, like 50 cents or something like that.
Yeah.
For each one. So when you look at stuff like this and you're real confident, I know sometimes like you be entering like maybe 3 times.
Oh yeah, and that's just to show off. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I like to flex because I like y'all think y'all need a lot of money to trade.
Exactly, but when sometimes I know you're trying to like do don't over leverage or nothing like that, but when you're confident in what you about to trade or how you feel like it's about to go, I just be doing the same thing, and like as far as the confidence, but then how like you'll put in 3 trades and know it's going like go that particular way and then wick you out and do the little bounce around thing.
Right.
All right, so when you put in 3 trades, do you sometimes wait a little bit, like do a little pop, wait till it pull back a little bit and then get in again, or you just want?
Yes,
okay.
yes. Like, okay, so for that first XRP trade down at here at 23, yes, I did that because you see here how it came up and I said, no, I don't trust that. And then it came right back down. I got in again slightly right in this area. You see where it made that that piercing line formation with these 2 candles. Let me zoom in so you can see it better. Right here, these 2 candles is what made me enter in again. So once I saw these 2 candles in, I entered in another position. My other position was already down here, so I said I'm already good. This is the one that
I'm
I'm
already in profit
about. Yeah. So if this one goes wrong, then shoot. So that's why I didn't use a really big lot size there. I could have, and if I did, this candle would have kind of got me worried because you see it came back to my original entry and I was like, that's some BS. But then I remembered that this is a support, so I said no, I'm just gonna hold it. And then you see it took off from there. And this was really the real signal to enter the market anyway. This is where the big time traders enter the market off this candle. They always want to flex on people and then go. Always remember, if you see a big wick and then a move up, those are them flexing on everybody and then they push the market. Like here, you see they flexed on everybody and then they pushed the market up. They flexed on everybody.
See the line? Can you zoom out a little bit? It's like oh, I see the fracture all the way at the bottom.
Yeah, you see how big they flexed on everybody right there? Look how much just that wick by itself was 14%, 15% actually. So they flexed on everybody, pushed the market up, and then they did it again off this candle. That was a 6% flex, and then they pushed the market up. And then you see now they're pushing the market up again. They tell you what they're doing. They want to show off. I like if you ever become a
How do you
forward,
call that?
you have to know. If you ever work with a bank,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you'll know. That's why banks only hire certain people to trade for them, because you're literally trading millions and trillions of dollars at a time,
Right.
and they don't want you losing that money. So you have to be spot on with your calls, which if you're working with a bank, they do not play. But other than that,
Gotcha.
when you get better, yeah, you'll see these moves coming. And you sometimes you won't see the wick action coming, and usually when those happen, well, honestly, in crypto, they just happen out of nowhere, honestly. But in forex, you don't get those too much. You'll get them, but not a lot like crypto. Crypto is just another. The reason crypto is more scary than forex is because there's so many players involved, and it's a 24/7 market. So you could be like, like Jay told me a story, and Jay, you want to tell them the story, or should I tell them the story?
Me, my Jay, I'm Jay or somebody else.
Oh no, the other one.
Tell
Oh.
us, please.
You want to tell the story, or you want me to tell the story?
Can you do it for me, please?
All right, so okay, so it was on XRP. This was some time ago too. This was on like the hour or 4 hour time frame. So what had happened? They literally pushed the market up, right? And he entered in, let's say like in here somewhere. Let's say he entered in like right in here, and the market's moving up. They knocked his account all the way down with like this flex right here, like something like this. This is what they do. They'll take you out and then push the market up. And the reason why they do that is because, you know, they first of all they can, because they have the money to. But here's the thing about that. In crypto, since it's 24/7, you don't know when they're gonna do it. They could do that literally to you while you're taking a shower, while you're eating, and you'll come back and say, "What's happening?" And next thing you know, they're pushing the market back in the direction that they wanted to. And XRP is not known for spiking, but since it's getting closer for them to moon, they're going to be doing this quite often. So if you get
all the little people money.
Yeah, and if you get into that market, you better hold that position while you can, because they're not going to let too many more people get into this market.
Hey, are you holding a bag that you don't trade since you expect XRP to go really high?
Oh yeah, I have a bag that I don't even touch.
Okay,
It's a fact. I feel like a couple of us do that.
Yeah, I said nope. I know how they play. I used to be one of y'all. I'm not playing y'all's game. It's true. I'm not playing that game. And I always tell you guys on Twitter, because I know what they're doing. Like I know what I'm looking at. I'm like, they're not gonna let us live yet. Not yet. Right now, they're letting us live until they change something. That's why I've been watching the market closely, because XRP has been spiking a lot more lately, a lot, and that's why.
It has?
Huh?
You said it has been or has not?
Yeah, it has been. Like,
oh, okay.
Look here, just based off the 1 hour time frame. Look how many spikes has happened. And if you go to the past, like, it doesn't spike as much. Like you see here, it has not spiked that much. But now they're spiking this market left and right, and they're like, "Yeah, we gonna get y'all out."
Yeah, they getting people out now. They got me out a couple times.
Yeah, XRP is not honestly, it's the hardest thing to trade in my opinion. But if you get it, you get it. And
well,
they can't take that from you.
From September to November, it was like 23 to 25 cent range the entire time.
Mm-hmm. And you said September to when?
To November.
What year? This year?
This year.
This September.
Yeah, September 4th, it was like 25.5 cents. And on November 12th, it was 25.5 cents. And it just up and down 1 cents the entire time.
So November. So this is November. So yeah, between here. Oh, that's October.
Yeah, September to November, it was pretty much just ranging almost within a 2 cent range the entire time.
So yeah, here. Yeah, I see. So okay, I actually explained this in a video one time. So this is okay. This is gonna blow y'all's mind because this is why I say it's important to understand y'all's time frame. So coming back to right here. All right, so I'm gonna show y'all this area on the weekly time frame because you wouldn't have wanted to trade this on the daily unless you're just hard-headed. But I'm gonna show y'all a little secret real quick. And this is why you have to know what time frames to use. So we're gonna go to the weekly time frame and come here. So this was all that on the daily, right? This was all, that big giant nasty range that you saw off the daily. Now, looking here, and this is why I say y'all got to really understand Ichimoku, because if you pay attention to Chiku Span told you the whole time this market was bullish. The reason why, and actually I should do this. There we go. That's a little cleaner. The reason why is because Chiku Span is above price. So here we should be watching the breakout for the breakout. Now, coming to the daily chart, remember when I said pay attention to when it's thin? All right. We had the breakout here, not just the breakout, but we had the Chiku Span breakout, and it just was a straight shot. Just a straight shot. Honestly, I hope that happens again because this time is gonna be better. But
well, next time hopefully it takes us to $10.
Yeah, hopefully it takes us to 100. I want to go beyond.
I don't honestly see it coming back down. Do you?
No,
personally,
I don't. Like. If it does, I will be very surprised. I would be.
I mean, that's a surprise, you know.
You said nothing surprises you. Yeah, well, hey, I feel you on that. But for this, I would honestly be surprised. You know why? Because there's no indication saying why it would come down. The SEC was nonsense. There was no reason for XRP to come down at this point.
Yeah.
And even, okay, and I could show you why. Even
I just thought it was good the people to come out, like you said, shaking weak hands. That's pretty much about, I thought anyway.
Yeah. Now that makes plenty of sense there. But the reason why it failed, that doesn't make sense. Because here, this was like the perfect bounce to the upside. Now, watching this play out, like, let me play this out on the weekly. Like, this was ugly. Like here, it should have still went up. And then once I saw this happening, I said, oh, I see what they're trying to do. And Miss Jacqueline, if you're still there, you know what this is, what they did? This move here, because I taught you this move back then. This is one of the bankers' moves. I'm gonna put it out in a second, right about there. So Miss Jacqueline,
that's rally base. No, sorry, yeah, rally base drop.
Yep, that's one of their secret plays. And I was so distraught when I saw this because I said, well, are they really trying to do that? Because I didn't know if they were trying to do rally-based rally or rally-based drop. And that's one of their secret techniques they used. So rally-based rally would have looked like this for you guys that are confused right now what we're talking about. And so this is rally-based rally, and it should have got to $1 plus. But it but because that SEC crap that happened. But this ended up being a rally base drop, and it actually dropped past 20 cents all the way to 17, I believe. So they really pushed it. So if you play it more, you see that how it played out. So they really pushed this, extended it down to here. You see?
So when you say that the banks played a huge part into the rally base drop,
I wouldn't say banks. I would say, because I don't know how I don't know all the players in the crypto market. That's the scary thing about this space. Like I don't know all the players in this game.
Right.
Now, because I do know banks are involved because of XRP, but the other part is I don't know who else is participating because there are like say like people that invested in Bitcoin, they that like invested in Bitcoin when it was like low and they're now billionaires, millionaires. They could be players too messing with
Right.
this. Then you have Jeb. Forget Jeb. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Stellar Lumens guy. That was part of Ripple at one point. Then you have Ripple selling XRP. You have so many players. I like you can't keep up with them all. And then you have China that's involved in all that dominates the crypto space with Bitcoin alone. So there's so many players. You have countries that are trading, and that's why it's hard. And only 5% of a XRP trading is from America, which is like nothing. So all the other players are from other places. So this is not America pushing XRP at all. This is
This is
like
the
Japan.
world.
This is Japan. This is India. This is the other side of the world pushing XRP. So knowing who all the players is kind of hard in crypto. So and you have to take that into consideration because literally anybody could be moving XRP. I don't know who has the biggest bag when it comes to XRP, but I know whatever they do, whenever they move it, they move it. They move it.
The SEC, once the regulation comes in, that's going to be huge because the fiat dollar, the US dollar, is the reserve currency for the entire world.
Right. And that's gonna be major. And big players, once they hear that news, I think Japan's like the biggest holder of XRP, not if I think about it. But if they are, they could move this hard, really hard off that news. And
That's what I'm waiting for. I mean, we in the $10 market.
Japan is actually the biggest. I remember they are the biggest. I remember talking about that in a video. But
Really, nothing, anything can happen here.
yeah, literally.
Bitcoin's at daggone near $100,000.
Yeah, for real though, and it's not
Well,
even. It
come
don't
on.
even have no utility.
That's what I'm saying. Come on.
Well, isn't 51% of Bitcoin in China?
I think it's higher than that.
I think it's higher than that.
Yeah, that makes me nervous. I don't want to support China.
I don't. That's why I always bash Bitcoin at every chance I get in China.
Yeah.
Oh man, but this is why this crypto game trading is really hard. It's not easy. It's really not. Crypto's harder than Forex. Forex, you don't have to do too much work, but crypto, man, you gotta pray, fast, know what's going on around the world, know who's playing in this game. Crypto is a hard game to play. I will not lie. Crypto is a hard game to play, but it is rewarding. Y'all saw today how rewarding it is, and how rewarding it can be at least. I probably should have waited for that hour candle to close, but I still have confidence in this.
Yeah, definitely gonna pull back and then, like you said, come shoot back up. That's how it be doing. You know how that go.
Yeah. I'm still good though, as far as profit wise. So I'm not taking like a hit, but depending on how this candle closes and how the next few candle closes, I'll have a better idea where this market's going.
All right, bro. I'm about to hop off the call.
Okay, I'm pretty much finished anyway. So I'm glad that you at least got the information today. If y'all need anything like more like strategies or how to use a strategy, I really want y'all to pick a strategy and master it, especially the C clamp. That C clamp will definitely get y'all some money. And y'all, I showed y'all that setup today for a reason because I literally used a $100 account, $155 account. Let that have been a 10 grand account. That account would have literally been 6 figures today. I promise you.
Easy.
I promise you. I would have easily made 6 figures today off that one setup. And I said, you know what? Sometimes because you got to understand the bigger risk you play with, the more psychologically overwhelming it's going to be on your head. So that's why I use smaller accounts, because I want to build my psychological strength first before I start throwing standards around like that. Because I could do it. It's just, imagine like a negative $50,000 account and you're negative 50,000 down draw, but the reward is 6
It's better,
figures.
right?
So it plays with your head a little bit. And so I've tried to get my mind to that point, because I could do it. I know I can. It's just waiting on the move and doing it. And I want to show y'all one big trade. I don't show everybody all my trades because I don't like people knowing how much money I make or how much, but I will show y'all one day a really big trade. And I'll try to do it in front
of you. A trade that you're in, or just that you've been sitting in or something? Or
no, it's just one that I've done. Like I'll try to do one live.
Okay, gotcha.
Because one of my friends, he's a broker, and he shows me tricks that brokers do to manipulate the charts too.
Yeah.
And so I know a little bit about that, but not a lot. But he showed me how he literally made, and it was so sick. I kid you not. He literally made, how much did he make exactly? I think it was $80,000 in 5 minutes. And I said, dude, you need to stop talking to me right now. Because y'all don't understand how crazy this trading game is when you really understand how basic it is. I'm gonna say this: the more simple you keep it, the better you're going to do. I'll say that. That's why I say only trade certain setups. If you trade certain things and look for certain keys, you're gonna be fine. But if you start saying, well, this is this, but this is also that, then you're confusing yourself, and you don't want to be have confusion, because confusion means you're double-minded, and a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. So you don't want to be doing that. You want to really buckle down on something that's consistently working for you.
Right? I'd like to really master C-clamp, because I'm seeing a lot more of it for some strange reason. I don't know, maybe I'm just conscious now of it, so I'm seeing it a lot more. And I actually saw the C-clamp in, I think it was it Bitcoin? Oh, there was a huge drop. Where was it? A huge drop in gold or Bitcoin? But anyways,
you said gold. I remember you said it was.
Oh yeah, right. And it was a C. Yeah, it was a C.
It was gold.
Yeah.
Yeah, here it is.
Yeah.
We actually.
And I saw that, and I saw it, and I'm like.
I gave you this. Remember, I gave you that trade setup.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. I said it. I didn't know there was a. Wow, that's a nice C clamp too. Let me rewind that a little bit. It's an ugly C clamp, but it's a C clamp.
Right. Yeah.
But it's definitely a C clamp. But dang, that was a good one. You would have to catch this on the hour chart. Yeah. So how you would do this? You just box it in.
Right.
Wait for that breakout. And so, dang, that happened quick. So you would have got in about right here where the Chiku span was pointing out. Yeah, that would have been a nice setup, and then it just dropped straight down. Yeah, that would have been clean. And if you had got in on that one, that would have been at least on gold. That would have been 404. No, that would have been 4,000. No, that's 453, because they don't count that last point. It's 2 decimals over. I forget that sometimes. But yeah, that was a good C clamp.
Yeah.
But yeah, the reason why you're going to see a lot more C clamps lately is because the whole entire financial market, all financial markets are in a ugly place, which is saying that the markets are out of equilibrium.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So yeah, you're going to see a lot of disequilibrium on a lot of charts, forex, stocks, crypto. You'll see it.
One question I have: when price is in between Kijinson and Tekinson, what does that mean again?
Between it,
Yeah.
it doesn't necessarily mean anything. I'll say definitely watch the market for sure, but it
Okay.
doesn't necessarily mean anything specific, at least to my knowledge currently. Because
Okay.
well, you know what? I'm gonna ask Chaos Trader when I start courses with the class with him tomorrow. We're doing the master course for Ichimoku, so I'm gonna learn all the secrets tomorrow.
All right. So we're
But
gonna get all the sauce. Is that what you're saying? All the sauce.
all the sauce.
Sounds good.
Yeah, and trading with him is gonna be. It's already hard being his student because he already makes it hard already. You think being a student, my student's hard. He's hard. He has quizzes.
Oh man.
Like I ask y'all questions, but he has quizzes. If you fail it, you have to retake it and to move on to the next chapter or whatever. So you can't fail his stuff, and otherwise he's not gonna let you pass. So, but that's the type of teaching that I go through. Really make sure you learn it. But we shall see though. It's gonna be interesting, this market. I expect this market to do well though. But that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and close today's lesson here. Yeah, I think this was something that's going to help y'all, especially identifying the C clamps and using them will be a big part in y'all's trading.